welcome to the Church of St. Patrick. Thank you so much for coming today to this, our first concert of the 2016-17 year. And my name is Matthew Koraus. I'm Director of Music here at the Church of St. Patrick, and on behalf of our Pastor Monsignor Bennett, the whole pastoral staff, and everyone in the parish, welcome. As you've probably read through the program, it's not a conventional program in the sense that I'll be playing a piece by Bach or by Wagner or Wagner, oh my goodness, or any named composers, but I'll actually be creating the music on the spot. And it's going to be a little bit of a dialogue between myself and you in terms of what melodies I'll be playing or in what keys I'm going to be playing. And really, it's a fully improvised program. First of all, can everyone hear me? Because I'm going to be doing a little bit of talking. If you have a hard time hearing, let me try this. Is this better? Can you hear me better here?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I'm going to be playing in different historical styles and contemporary styles as well. The first part of the program, the first two pieces, the dance suite and the prelude and fugue, are in a Baroque style, which is really where the common practice tonal harmony, chords that you hear on the radio that make sense, that's when they really started being formed in that period. So it's going to be a very traditional sounding kind of music. Once we get to after intermission, where I'll really delve into the melodies that you've submitted or the movement titles, that's when we'll have a more expansive style of playing more modern harmonies, more modern forms. But we'll talk about the forms as we go along. Those slips that you have there, that you have filled out or are going to fill out, I'll collect those all at the start of the intermission. I'll collect your slips at the start of the intermission. So I'll think about them during the intermission and pick from your choices. And before I start the second half, I'll announce what the melodies are for the second half or what the titles are. All right, so let's talk about the first piece, the French Baroque Dance Suite. The dance suite, very set forms in terms of how the meter is structured, how many beats there are, if it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. So you'll hear that. I'll demonstrate a little bit before I start, and I describe it a little bit in terms of what you should be listening for. The Courante starts with an eighth note pickup. Instead of just dun, it'll start 1 and a 2. All right. The Sarabande is in 3/4 time with the accent on the second beat. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, you'll hear 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and so on. So those are things to listen for. I haven't done this before, but let's try it this way. Who likes the letter A? Raise your hand. We're gonna be picking the key of this piece. That's what we'll do for this piece. So if you want to hear it, I've said it's going to be a major piece. This dance suite's going to be in a major mode, but the letter name is still up for grabs. Who wants A major? Raise your hand. Who wants B major? Raise your hand. Who wants C major? Raise your hands. A lot of C majors, all right. Who wants D major? Raise your hand. D major, okay. Who wants F major? I skipped E. Did I skip E? E. Who wants E major? E major also, okay. Who wants F major? No one likes F. And G major? Okay. C's, let me see you again, C's. 1, 2, all right. And D's, let me see you. I think D's win out. I think it's going to be D major. All right, so this is a French dance suite of 5 movements in D major, starting with an overture, then a Courante in 3/2 time, a Sarabande, which is a more reflective type of piece, and Gavotte has a 2-note pickup, 3/4/1 and 3/4/1, and that has a little swing to it, as you'll hear. Some of these movements in the French style have a little bit of play with the rhythm that sound a little more like jazz sometimes in terms of the notes being swung. So here's a French Baroque dance suite in D major.